Hello, my name is Monica Clark, and I'm the Interactive Marketing Coordinator with the Wakeman Agency, and I'm here to bring you another riveting book review. No, seriously. Trying to make the book reviews a little bit more interactive, so I'm going to treat it like a book club. It's actually on Skype this evening with some of my friends, and we were just talking about work and the confusion that social media can bring. And one of my friends is actually in a small business herself and deals with social media and the daily confusion that it can bring, just trying to start a new business and not knowing what to do or where to go or how to use it or how to properly set it up or who should manage it. All these questions, they're just floating out there. I mean, luckily she has me, but not all of you out there have me to just haul up, unless of course you do want to ask us any questions at any time at Wakeman Agency on Twitter or also on Facebook. We're available for all of your needs. So let me get right into the book today. Got some nice herbal tea with my alma mater. A little bit of a shout out there to Alverno. And I read this book on my Kindle Fire. Thank you very much, Amazon. The book is called Twitter for Good, and it was put out by Twitter's Hope140.org initiative. So the book itself is extremely helpful. It was written as a sort of guide and essence on what Twitter can really do. And I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. You can kind of see the actual page when I tilt it there. But Twitter for Good, it's called the Change the World One Tweet at a Time. And it's written by Claire Diaz Ortiz. And the book runs on a few different points that are extremely helpful and encouraging. And I think that the book was written for nonprofits, but it is helpful for everybody across the board. It's one of those books that you can pick up, and whether you are a seasoned pro or you're brand new, whether you have a group organization, you're an actor looking to make a name for yourself, whether you're starting a new nonprofit or just trying to get your voice out there and be heard, this is the type of book that's really going to help you get all the inside information that Twitter has, because it was written by Twitter. So, moving towards that, what's really nice about the Kindle Fire, and if you guys haven't discovered it yet, is that the Kindle Fire allows you to take notes and highlight along the way. So as I was reading the book, I was able to highlight a few points, some of my favorite parts of the book. And the main part of this book that I love the most is the tweet section and what tweet actually stands for. Now, many of you may not know, but I am a military wife, and there's a lot of terms in the military that are all acronyms. They love acronyms. Well, tweet is actually also an acronym, so it works perfectly into my vocabulary. And tweet stands for T, target, write, engage, explore, and track. And this is the map that Twitter for Good has actually mapped out for you. Through case studies, it runs through different types of situations, what ifs. It also breaks down what kind of account you should have, be it an informational account, an account that's more personal, more personalized, something like, as they said, Kanye West has an account that is very personal to him. He writes directly, information coming from him all the time in regards to what he's doing, where he is on the road, what he's thinking, where you have something maybe from Huffington Post that's constantly informationally based and very specific, where you have the Huffington Post's different areas of specialty. So it's a really, really great way to look at it. They break it down in each chapter by each letter. So T, target, mainly targeting your demographic. Who are you trying to get at? Who's trying to, who will be the one at the end of your story? You know, who's out there that wants to listen to what you have to say? And then W is write. So writing is the content portion. You know, not every tweet can be perfect, but that's what it's all about. It's supposed to show that human side. So write how you feel. If you're writing something, don't tweet something that you feel that's angry or say malicious or anything like that. But you know, tweet honestly. Be very transparent. And when putting content together, make sure your content's not boring. Something that people would actually be interested in writing or reading or listening to, that sort of thing. E is for engage. And engagement is all about the interaction that goes on Twitter every day. The replying to someone's photo they posted or an article that they've written and you read and you liked what they had to say, so you go ahead and you reply to them. That kind of little stuff really makes a huge difference, and it will bring your target, your demographic, just closer to that who you are and what your brand or organization or yourself is all about. And then E, explore, is exploring Twitter, actually, you know, reading through people's feeds and seeing what people are talking about, you know, exploring hashtags, making sure any of that is out there and available so that you can really grasp what's hot, what's now, what people care about, enough for you to talk about it and actually make a connection. Exploring is all about listening, and listening's huge in whatever you do. You know, daily life to professional life, listening is probably one of the more important lessons that I've learned and that I can pass on as advice to anybody. And then track. So tracking is very interesting, and they also share a few different tracking mechanisms and free and paid that you can use for tracking statistics, for tracking content, for tracking followers. But then they also tell you what to do with it, you know, that it's not necessarily the amount of people, it's who you have and the type of engagement that you're getting and where it's coming from, you know. So you're going to be looking at these numbers not as just black and white numbers. You're going to be looking at these numbers and analyzing what do these numbers mean and how are they going to help my organization move farther. So I'm just going to page down here, and I highlighted something that I really enjoyed in the book that broke down right in the beginning. I'm not sure you guys can see that, but in the beginning it tells you exactly what you're going to be learning from this book that I thought was really nice, especially if you're paging through it and you know want to see if this book is for you. So why a Twitter strategy is so important, why you need a goal, and that's where they bring in that target. So, you know, not only your demographic, but what is your end game plan. How to best broadcast your organization's good works to the world, and why you can't get anywhere on Twitter if you aren't tracking your results. So those are some of the specific things that this book is going to be teaching you. It also will explore things like how many times a day that you should tweet, what time of day, if you should schedule ahead of time, how many followers is enough, you know, should you edit your tweets, should tweets be questions or make statements, how you can fundraise with Twitter, which is a huge part of this book. So if you're looking to do some fundraising, they got some really, really great case studies in regards to that. Am I sending too many @replies? And how can I get another Twitter user to retweet my tweets? These are all everyday questions, and I think all of us have had these questions, you know, going in. And what's great about this is, like I said, it is a book, Twitter for Good, that is not just for nonprofits. It's about changing the world one tweet at a time. But you can do that as a business. You can do that as a single person. Like I said, what's great about it is it's kind of a manual. You know, you can dog ear or highlight different parts of this book that make sense to you, or that you want to go back on. You can use it more as a workbook. Practice some of the um, tweet, acronym tweet practices that they've put into great use. And I actually was lucky enough to find this book on Amazon as a free download. Not sure what they have it on now, but if you go to Amazon.com and search Twitter for Good, you should be able to get it for Kindle, either free or at a very, very. What's great is this book. When I first got it for my on my Amazon account, I just put it directly onto my computer, and I was reading it off my computer. And then I was lucky enough to get a Kindle Fire for Christmas, and was able to transfer all of my reading to that. So, it's not just for people who have ebooks or people who prefer paperback. It's information that is there, that is free and or very low cost. It's something that Twitter put out to help people. So there's no background motivation behind any other higher organization or corporation, and that's what I really like about the book. If you get a chance to read it, we'd love to hear some of your input on it. Also, if you've done any work with 140, hope140.org, that would be great. Share some of your stories with us. But in the meantime, if you have any books that you'd like us to review or have a book club about, let us know. Send us some messages on either Facebook or Twitter, and we can go from there. We're going to try to bring you some great information at least once a month, and this next new year is going to be really, really exciting for us here at the Wakeman Agency. We're going to be having a ton of free webinars. We just want to share the information we have, because you can't change the world by holding all the information to yourself and not working together. So it's going to be a really great year, and hopefully yours has started out well also. So cheers, and I will see you next time.